guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am here with this super cute sultry fall look. If you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, then you know that my favorite season of the year is fall. I feel like my makeup uploads in October are just so phenomenal, and this look is no different. I had to carry the torch from last year and the year before that and really come through. If you aren't already, you should be following me on Instagram, because my Instagram story is where all the interaction occurs, and that's really where you guys get to vote and kind of like have a say in the makeup looks that I'm doing. I used my Ditto Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes, so I don't want to hold you up for too long. We're just gonna go ahead and dive right on into this video. Share this video if you want to support the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get started. So my lips are, honey, they're so dry right now. I'm going in with my e.l.f. lip exfoliator in Sweet Cherry. As you can see, like, it's smooth, but where I've like used it, you can see like the exfoliating part. So I love this. It's literally magical. So now that that's on, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off the scrub. Now that the exfoliator has been applied, I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. lip plumping gloss, and this is in the shade Pink Sugar. And I want to go in with this because it is a lip plumping gloss, and I feel like, you know, it's gonna just plump my lips up while I'm busy doing everything else. So then that way, by the end of the makeup application, my lips will be nice and plump. And my top lip is the one that needs the most help, honey. So now that the plumper's on, I'm going to start prepping my skin. I want to use my Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. This primer is just really smoothing. It just makes your skin feel really velvety. I'm so sad because I can't find my professional, I can't even find my e.l.f. Poreless Primer Putty. So since I can't find those, I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. That one's nice. It did a little something. It'll do. So for foundation, I picked up a new one. So it is the e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation. It's oil-free, it's medium coverage. And then I also picked up their Complexion Sponge Trio, and I really like it. It's actually really nice. So when I used it the other day, I felt like it was just a little bit too light. So I ended up mixing it with a little bit of my CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation in the shade M30. And I felt like mixing them gave me a really good complexion. I'm just using the sponge by them, and I actually really do like their sponge trio. They feel really soft. And so yeah, I feel like mixing the two of those together, it looks really good. Now, as I was stating before, I really like their trio sponge set because they come in 3 different sizes. So to get in like the small crevices of the face, I like to go in with the medium size one. For my brows, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in the shade Brunette. So now that that's on, I'm going to go ahead and start carving out my brows. And I'll be spraying my brushes with my Monica Dar Hydrating Face Mist. Alright, to carve out my brows, I'm going to be using my Pixie Concealer in the shade Nude. I picked up some new crown brushes as well from this beauty supply store near me. As always, their brushes are so good. So to carve out my brows, I'm going to be using my Luxe Dual Concealer brush. For this, I like to use the bigger end of the brush. And then to blend out the concealer, I'm going to be going in with my Deluxe Blending Fluff brush by Crown. And it just looks like this. And I'm just patting on this concealer with this brush because it's gonna give me like a fuller coverage by doing that. I feel like I took a little bit too much off, so I'm just gonna go in and fix that. There we go. Alright, so for this fall look, I'm actually going to be using my Ditto Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. I love their palettes. I feel like the color payoff and the pigment that you get and the color range that you get with their eyeshadow palettes is just phenomenal. One of the palettes I'm going to be using is the Athena palette. So this is new. This is from their Greek Goddess like collection that they just launched a couple months ago. This is beautiful.
Mommy, I love you.
I love you so much. Oh. Just gonna go ahead and blot my lids just to make sure like it's no creasing when we go in with the shadow. This is the first shade I'm gonna be going in from the Athena palette, and there is lots of color payoff. Like I'm just going in really lightly with it, and you can already see that color starting to show up. So I'm just kind of patting it in just to get that color payoff going before we really start blending it out. Oh, I love this. This is really, really pretty. So for the crease, I'm going to go in with this shade here. Ooh, that is super pretty. I don't think I've ever done a super green eye. Not like where it's like all greens on my channel before. This is so cool. Ooh, honey, shout out to Ditto Cosmetics because they really just come through every time with like the packaging, the color payoff, the themes, just all the fun stuff. I'm gonna go in with this shade here. I'm gonna place that onto like my outer V. I'm using my Naked Cherry brush to do this. Oh, that's good. And I'm just pulling that color in and slightly pulling it up into the crease, but not too much. And then I'm flipping the brush over to that fluffier side and I am just blending it out. I love this green. I'm a Capricorn and they say green is like Capricorn's lucky color. So now for my lid, I'm gonna go in with Olive here. And I am pulling this color up into the crease. And I'm slightly overlapping it onto that darker green. And then just to add like a little pizzazz, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Veritas. Yo, this is beautiful. Now I'm gonna do the liner. And to line my eyelids, I'm using my CoverGirl liquid liner in number 335. It's just like a dark brown. Yeah, for concealer, I'm going back in with my Pixie concealer in the shade Nude. I like to start out with this one first. It's like a good transition type concealer. And I'm using like the medium-sized sponge to blend this out. And do you see how nicely this sponge like blends out the concealer? It does a beautiful job. Like I look airbrushed, honestly. Like I'm gonna go on the record and say that I like the e.l.f. Trio sponge set for $12 better than the original Beauty Blender that costs $20. And to contour, I'm going to be using my Mented Cosmetics foundation stick in the shade L20. And like, look at how beautiful it just like blends it together. Like, oh, I love these sponges. And when I blend out my contour, all I'm doing right now is just like patting it as I start out, because that's gonna just help spread the product across my face. And I just kind of just keep patting. Like, I don't really like rub it too much, and it just naturally blends itself out from there. But of course, before I do, I spray the brush before I go in. But yeah, I just pat continuously until it's all blended out. I'm just gonna squeeze the brush together. I'm gonna try to get the sides of my nose. I'm trying. It's tough with these nails, but it's fine. Now for added brightness, I'm going in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla. Alright, so I had to go and change my battery, and this concealer has just been sitting here, so I'm going to spray a little bit with my Monica Dar spray as I start to blend this out. Revolutionary, OMG. Let me spray again. I was nervous about having it sit on my skin for all those extra minutes, but it seems to be doing just fine. So to set this, I'm going to go in with my Airspun Loose Face Powder in the shade Naturally Neutral. And for this step, I'm going to take the smallest sponge from the trio. And I just love how this little thing gets all up in the crevices. A little pro tip too, when I am setting like the concealer and stuff on my face, when I get to like my forehead portion, once I like blot it out, I like to take like whatever's left over on that beauty blender, and I like to slightly go over my brows just at the beginning, and that just helps lighten them up a little bit and helps them look a little bit more natural. It's a good trick to try if you have never done that. And then to really snatch my nose, I am going in with my Urban Decay Stay Naked The Fix Powder in the shade 30NN. I just love how it snatches my nose like that. And I'm gonna go in and start dusting this away. And to do this, I'm using my Color du Jour number 20 brush. She has like all new brushes now, so this actually isn't even like this type isn't even available on her site anymore. This is like one of her OG brushes from like a few years back. So I've been supporting her for a long time. I love her work. Mint had sent over their new bronzers some months back, and I never got a chance to use them. They sent them like back in July, but I never got a chance to even like use them or like really unbox them. So this is my first time using like their new bronzers. So they sent over 4 actually. This is just 2 of them, Beach Bum and Vacay, and this is what they look like. So I'm gonna be using Beach Bum, and to apply this I'm using my Crown C522 brush. This is from their Pro line. I just love Crown's brushes, I really do. They're so affordable but like great quality. Okay, bronzer, okay. So same thing with the powder that I do with, you know, the cream itself. I like kind of just stipple it in and just allow it to like just gradually blend itself out. For my nose, I'm not going to go in with like the same bronzer shade. I'm actually going to go in with an eyeshadow, and this is from my Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat palette. I'm going to go in with this one here. This is the shade I normally use as like my transition shade. But whenever you're like contouring your nose, you want to go in with like a lighter brown. You can actually even go in with like, if you really want to, you can actually go in with your foundation powder to contour, because that will help darken it too naturally. Especially if you're using like a small dense brush. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder in the shade Light Medium. I'm gonna put this all over. So this is described as a silky but light coverage formula. And I'm just gonna blot that in. I'm gonna go in over like my bronzer and everything just to help lighten that up. You guys know I never do this. I never do this, ever. You know, I only do this when I'm trying to look super snatched. I'm just gonna sweep that away. And see, it just really snatches that contour line for you. And then I'm gonna line my lower waterline with my Sephora Kohl liner in Intense Black. You guys have seen me use this before, but I just bought a new one. It is the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara in Blackest Black. And look at that, look at the difference the mascara makes. So to line my lips, I'm going in with my Ruby Kisses lip liner in the shade Nude. And I'm just like slightly overlining my lips, and you see the difference that makes. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of my Aaliyah MAC lipstick in Try Again. I'm gonna focus this like on the outer perimeter of my lips. In the center of my lips, I'm going to go in with my MAC Arrowhead lipstick. This is from their Vibe Trap collection. Now I'm adding a lot because I really like the light nude lip with this green eye. I just think it's so pretty. And then for gloss, I'm going to go back in with my e.l.f. Plumping Gloss. All right, so I'm gonna play around with a couple different lash styles. I think I know which one I wanna do, but just for fun, I'm gonna play with a couple different ones. So I have my Fame Lash 3D Mink lashes here, and this is the style Abundance. I have my Money Mink lashes here. I don't know what style this is. These are really, really dramatic, but they are beautiful. I just don't think that these are the right lashes for this look. I just feel like this eye is way too pretty to be covered up. Oh, see, these are pretty. Oh, these are so pretty. See, they're not too much. Like, they do give me like a little flare, but it doesn't overpower the eyeshadow look itself. They just look really good. These are the ones that I originally wanted to go with anyway. I love Fame Lash lashes. Like, she has such good lashes. And I'm using my Duo Lash Glue, by the way, the Brush On Duo Lash Glue, to put this on the lash. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at these lashes. Oh, they're so beautiful. You like them, baby? Oh, thank you. Keep it shy, you like Slim, okay? Fame Lash, I love you, okay? I really love you. Oh, and then I'm gonna add my highlight as well. For my highlight, I'm using my Pixie in the shade Subtle Sunrise. As you can see, I have absolutely worn this out, but it's so good. I just love this one. It makes such a difference. Yeah, and then for blush, I'm just going to do like my tried and true MAC blush in the shade See Me, Hear Me. Just going to put a little bit of that on. So just to help like bridge everything together. So let me take like my hair down and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and do my edges really quick. I have the Saweetie edge control with her collab that she did with Kiss. I got the peach one. It smells just like a peach. And I have her little edge control brush too that it came with. See the little snowflake here for Icy. For Icy gang, honey. So I like to go through with the comb side first. Boom. And look at the difference. Look at the side with the edge control and the side without, honey. Okay. Looking real cute, real icy. Yeah, so this is it, you guys. This is it for the completed makeup tutorial. I love how this look came out. I wasn't expecting it to be this cute. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you want to support the channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.